Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Matter Skega, and today I basically want to talk about my thoughts and feelings on the new bills that are supposed to be going through Congress. I guess they're supposed to be voting on them upcoming soon, and that's something that's been kind of in the news and a hot topic around the internet, especially lately, and that's the SOPA and PIPA bills. Um, I wasn't really following them too much at first, but then um, other people started, like, I have friends that started talking about it and going on YouTube. My sub box was filled with people talking about it, so I started listening to what they had to say, and I started getting more information on the subject. And the more and more that I learned about it, the more I was just kind of getting pissed off. So I decided I want to make my own video just discussing what I thought about it. And the first thing I have to say is a lot of people are complaining that it's against the First Amendment right, which I if someone explains it to you pretty much just like the government is like censoring the internet, then like I would say it is against the First Amendment right, but I'm sure the way they drafted the bill and the way they worded it, or whatever the actual like technicalities of it are, I'm sure there's going to be some loophole that allows it to like go around the actual like First Amendment. So I'm sure no matter how much you want to blame it on and say that it's a violation of the First Amendment, I'm sure they're going to do something that just throws that out the window and makes the First Amendment invalid in this case. So I'm not really just going to say that this is a dumb idea just because it's against the First Amendment, but depending on the way that the bill is actually set up, that could be a reason why this is really dumb. But what else I want to talk about is, it seems that pretty much the reason for this is to just like obviously stop censorship and pirating on the internet, so people can't go buying, or people just can't go downloading music that they didn't purchase, or like movies and stuff like that. And I guess supposedly that would bring more money into like movie making companies. Like Hollywood would probably benefit, and singers, songwriters, artists, stuff like that would probably benefit from this the most. But I don't really understand that. You're making the rich richer, but how about what you're going to be doing to everyone else? I mean, if YouTube is censored, that means that people can't really post what they want, and then if YouTube doesn't do a good job of actually censoring their own users, YouTube is going to end up getting shut down. And YouTube is an employment center for thousands and thousands of people. I mean, that's how many people end up making a living. And to relate this, like take it back to like the Industrial Revolution with like England or something. Like they had factories, and their factory conditions were just shit, and people complain about it all the time. So that would be the equivalency of the government coming out and saying, all right, look, we're gonna say that your conditions have to be this, this, and this, and if you don't meet it, your fucking factory is getting shut down. And if the factory doesn't meet it, the factory gets shut down. But who's that really hurting? I mean, yeah, okay, the factory owner, the guy that's already rich and loaded, I mean, he'll have a surplus of money that he can go survive on for a while until he gets employed, and he's already rich. But what about the hundreds and thousands of people actually working in the factory? What happens when you shut the factory down? They lose all their jobs, and now you're just hurting the poor people because now they have less of an income coming in. That's the same thing that's going to be happening now if sites like YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff gets shut down. I mean, first of all, like I already said, tons of people make a living just by making videos on YouTube. You shut down YouTube, you just cut jobs. The whole purpose of like the government's campaign right now is to better the economy and give people more jobs. How the fuck are you giving people more jobs when you're taking away their jobs? Like, you're helping like people that already have millions and millions of dollars, and hurting the people that need the money most, that like need every single dollar that they make. And then also you're hurting the small businesses. Small businesses get better by advertising. Where do they advertise? They advertise on YouTube, on Facebook, on other sites. All these sites are in question of being hurt and possibly being shut down if they do a bad job of following these new laws that are being passed or might be passed. And so now you're taking away their primetime advertising on these sites. What's that going to do to the small businesses? That's going to fuck up the small businesses. So I don't really understand where the government is coming from on this particular issue, seeing as though you're just going to end up making way and way more people end up losing their jobs. And also, I mean, this is a United States of America law. What happens when you tell YouTube to shut down? Like, what's that going to do to someone in Europe? I mean, why should our laws be affecting some Italian kid or some guy in England that's making a living? Like, we shouldn't be affecting the fate of other people in other countries just by our fucking bullshit laws that we're trying to pass. It's just dumb and it shouldn't be happening. So those are pretty much my thoughts on the issue. I really don't understand how this is going to help us. If anything, it's going to hurt us. It's just going to fuck up our economy even more. More jobs are going to be lost. More businesses are going to go under. And it's just not even mentioning the fact that tons of people will be pissed off because they just can't have fun the way they were used to having fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something. And just basically, we're a capitalist society. Our economy is based on capitalism, and the whole principles of capitalism are generally a laissez-faire tactic, meaning the government should not fuck with the economy. They should just let it go. And laws like this being passed means our government is becoming more and more liberal, which liberalism, I guess that's the word, is fine to a certain extent, but just going way out there in left field and doing shit like this is just not a good direction for our country and even the world, because like I said, stuff like this is going to affect the whole world. So thanks guys for your time. Give it a rating or comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.